let's get started. Okay, so back to what I was saying before I cut my stream off. Okay, so entertainment-wise, I've been watching The Bear, and it's really good. I think my favorite part of it is, I think, not Carmi's family drama, or not like a not like the not like Carmi's relationship to his brother, although that is a pretty good aspect of the show. One thing I do like is the dynamic that Carmi has with his team at the beef. Essentially, just like, you know, I have never worked in a kitchen before, and I know how to make rice, and I have a cookbook that I barely touch that I really want to. Now that that's here, I would like to make something, but I'm not sure what. I'm not sure even have the ingredients. But one thing, I've never worked in a kitchen, but I would like to work for that kitchen. I would like to basically be a part of it, be a part of the dynamic, be a part of the stress, because like it's like I don't know. It's like you ever like watch a TV show, and it's like you through being a through being like a witness, through being essentially a witness of the dynamic that the characters have. You want to be part of like dynamic so bad. It's to the point where basically it's like I pause the TV show and I when no one's here, I pretend like I'm part of the dynamic. I pretend I'm getting into arguments with fucking Richie, or I pretend I'm listening. I'm listening to Carmi being vulnerable about his brother. I mean, granted, it is fucking psychopathic, but it's like I feel like that's just my problem. Aside of that, what I'm trying to say is the show is good. The show is really good. And I don't know. I haven't seen any like cracks in the show yet. I think, though, I did see a podcast called "Waving the Red Flag," and they do talk about the bear, and I think they were correct about one thing. It's like, I think a lot of the stress that surrounds the restaurant could easily be mitigated if Carmi just was like very good at like I don't know planning better. But then again, he's a chef, not a project manager. And I'm not sure like what his doctor girlfriend will be like. Which is, I don't know. It's like God damn, that must be that's that's a recipe for a terrible relationship, isn't it? Isn't it? Cause crap. Give me a second. No. No. Oh boy. It's like she's a doctor and you're a chef. You both work like insanely long hours. You're never gonna see each other. How is that relationship gonna work? How's that dynamic gonna work? What is the sex just gonna make up for it? If that's the case, then how can you like muster the energy to like bone down? It's just it's like I don't know. Then again, I'm not that far into it. I think my favorite character besides Carmi is I think the guy with the pastries, because essentially it's this Chicago guy who has been in and out of jobs that like he doesn't really give a shit about. Like it's like he worked at a McDonald's, he worked at like a couple like service industry. He worked a couple of service industry jobs, but like he's never exactly been into like the in like the culinary scene. And then essentially he's been working at the beef for quite a while, and the next thing you know, Carmi comes and basically like Carmi puts him on, and he essentially becomes so fascinated with baking and basically like like the science behind it, and the process behind it, and like making like like from like making like just bread, working with yeast, and like then basically like going from like that to like pastries and shit. Like he essentially like gets really into it. He kind of like he it's like seeing somebody relatively late, not like 50, not like they're like very fucking old, but like they're like well in their like late 20s, early 30s, early to mid 30s, and they're just like they've never exactly been passionate about anything before, and then they find that thing and it hits them like a bullet train, and they are just like they go into it, they just throw themselves into it, and that's something that's like very you know very relatable to me, in my opinion, because like granted, I found I drew a lot, but like I drew a lot at like a very young age. I drew when I was like in elementary school. Like when I was 6, I didn't really care about drawing. When I was 7, I had passing moments where I was like, hey, I want to be a comic writer, and then I had this friend named Jamil. I don't know I don't remember his last name. I don't know who he is. I'm 25. Jamil. The last time I spoke to Jamil, I was like 10. It was 15 whole years ago. I don't know where he is. Maybe I should look for him. Maybe I should look for him on Facebook. I'm not sure. Probably very, probably very different from the person from the 10-year-old I knew. But fuck it. Um, Basically, it's at first I drew Sonic. Then in middle school, I drew Spider Man, like a lot. And then over time, I kind of like used my like obsessions to kind of like put myself into this thing. And over time, it's like I got so fascinated with it, and I kept on like just doing it and doing it and doing it and getting better to the point where like even in high school, I would like wake up at like 5 because I knew in the back of my head that I had an entire school day ahead of me. Like I had like math, I had like history, chemistry, I had all that shit like ahead of me. So I wanted to get some extra time in by just waking up at 5 and like drawing, and then even then like afterwards, I would take what I had, take the bus, or I don't know, like in high school I still used the bus only for like the first couple years, I think. I'd still use the bus for the first couple of years. Then, like afterwards, I took the train alone, which was a big step. Good for me. Independence, love it. But it's like I would wake up early in the morning, and then like when everyone was at the cafeteria, like I would go up and go to Mr. Brzezinski's class, straight to Mr. Brzezinski's class, or Mr. Weinstein, or Mr. Lee if he let me, because I'd be kind of a troublemaker or a dickhead up there, and I'd draw more. And I kept on like doing it because it's like it's because I wanted to get better. I wanted to kind of like grow out of like the awkward stages where I couldn't draw so good. I wanted to get better. I wanted to do that cool complex stuff that the pros were doing. I wanted to do the shit that like Kim Jong Gi was doing. Which I still want to do that. I'm still kind of like in the same place. I've improved technically, but I feel like I'm in the same place. and I see a lot of myself in this one character. You know, the pastry guy. Let me search for it. Lionel. Oh no. Marcus Brooks. Marcus Brooks. Marcus Brooks. My favorite character is Marcus Brooks. I like the character. I also love Chicago, like the way that like Chicago is portrayed as a city. It's like very vibrant, very alive, even like in its own scumminess. You know, then of course like it's a lot of creative people come from Chicago. It's kind of like, you know, like it's a very important cultural center for America. It's like on par with, I think, New York. Maybe like, no, it's on par with like New York, and a lot of cool artists that I admire are from there. I met Daniel Warren Johnson. Guy was a fucking legend. He was in Chicago. He, I think, lives with his family in Chicago. Then there's Maria Wolf. I met her once. She was like very supportive, and she was very kind too. And she lives in Chicago. And who else is from Chicago? Who else do I admire from Chicago? I don't know. This might not age well. Kanye West. He's a pretty cool rap artist. He's now I don't like what he is now. Guy guy needs medication. He needs to stop hanging out with all these yes men. He needs medication. But essentially, he was a very, very decent rap artist, very creative, and he like his stuff was like very like weird and nerdy, and it was very vibrant. As like his music was like just so fun, and not to mention, I feel like I like he would incorporate very like various new things in his works, and that I love that too. Like even in his gospel music, which is very good, very fun. Now it's I don't know. I feel like he's a gooner. It's his stuff is very pornographic. He's an anti-Semite gooner, and now you know it's like the shit that he's up to now. I can see why Kim divorced him, but you know his art was pretty good. He did make Graduation, and yeah, I think I like the hustle and bustle of the kitchen. I like essentially how they work as a team, and I don't know. I feel like I've I've kind of like I've I found like out of like what's his name? He the Carmy, the guy who plays Carmy, I also believe would be a great choice for like a new Wolverine. Jeremy Allen White, yeah, Jeremy Allen White. Out of all of Jeremy Allen White's characters, I I like Carmi the most. I never really like I've seen some episodes of Shameless, and it's not for me. I don't like it. It's just like it's they make bad decision after bad decision after bad decision on that show, and it's like how do it's like it's just like it's all just it's like at this point you fucked up your life to the point where it's so bad. It's like I understand that that say the wealth gap and wealth inequality problem is a huge prop is a huge is a very, very prevalent problem that affects all types of people. But at this point, you've made so many bad decisions. I can't even help but like feel sorry for you, man. It's like the scamming, the lying, the cheating. I can't. It's also very, I think, like I don't know what's that. What's the show's relationship with sex? It's all the time. It's like it's all the fucking time. I mean, granted, I think a lot of poor people. Okay, this that's fucking mean to say. I don't know. A lot of impoverished people. Not Jesus Christ. I'm I'm not rich, but I'm not. It's like a lot of people in that area in those environments, like they come from very like poorly funded they have like poorly funded educational programs. They have not exactly the best parental figures. Here's and of course when they reach puberty, they become like very curious. So of course they're going to basically do that type of thing a lot because well it's like what else do you expect? There's nothing else to do. So I feel like that's what it is. That's what that kind of I feel like it's what they're talking about. That's the reason why. But like I don't know. I don't know. I feel like I don't know. Lip. I never related to Lip because like that guy is like that guy gets so much ass, dude. It's that guy gets so much tail. He gets so many chicks. It's like, dude, like, come on. How the fuck? Like, it just falls into his lap. That's weird. That never happened. I don't know. But then again, maybe that's my bias showing. It's like I never really had lots of sex. I never had sex ever. So, of course I'm not gonna relate to him. That's Jeremy Allen White. He's like one of the more attractive. He's one of the dudes that that girls fucking fawn over, and I'm just a 170 pound autistic geek. So, of course, but I kind of find Carmi more relatable because like even then it's like Carmi he might not he's not like super smart like fucking Lip, but but he has talent and he's gifted and he doesn't waste it. He goes to essentially culinary school and he works for some of the best restaurants ever. Meanwhile, Lip just fucks up his one shot for college. And don't get me started on Fiona, no. But like Carmi, it's like, not only that, not only like is he kind of like,
relatable. It's like in that monologue that he has about his brother in the AA meeting at that church. Kind of goes through his life story, and it's like he's never like he was a boy that grew up in a very dysfunctional household. He didn't exactly have a lot of friends Growing up, he didn't feel he was like very academically inclined. He never felt gifted, never felt cool. He didn't have any girlfriends. Which, by the way, it's like when he said that, I was like, oh, same. Oh my god, me too. It's like you. So wait. You didn't have tons of fucking wild casual sex like Lip Gallagher from Shameless. Oh my god, I love this dude. He's my guy. And basically he kind of went to his heart wrenching story about like essentially like connecting with his brother on food, and essentially when it came to the restaurant, like he couldn't run it, and he felt rejected and cut off and lesser than, and he decided, to essentially just, as a show of defiance, go off on his own. And he he found like he of course like the entire kitchen scene was like fucking painful, but he fell in love with it, and it consumed him, and it did so much that he lost track of time, and he lost his brother. And that it's like that is that monologue is just, man, it hits me where it lives. It's like I know that Pete Moss Bacharach is too busy playing Ben Grimm in Marvel, but like when that happened, like I don't know, like maybe like after July he can come back to the Bear. That'd be fucking sweet. If you could just come back and play Richie again in the Bear. I haven't gotten to season 4, but I hope another season of the Bear starts up before I get there, cause more episodes. Yeah, the Bear. I think I like the Bear almost as much as I like Seinfeld. Ah man, Seinfeld. I never finished that show. I mean, I don't know. I don't want to finish that show. I'm afraid of. I don't know. It's stupid, but I'm afraid of endings when it comes to TV shows, especially when it comes to TV shows that I grew up with, because it reminds me of my mortality. I think it's like Shine Seinfeld. I've never finished it because like whenever I watch Seinfeld, it immediately transports me to a time when I was like 9, and my mom put on TV, and my mom or my dad put on TBS, and like Seinfeld would show like every time at like what 6 or 8 o'clock, and I would just sit there, and my parents would just be sitting on the couch, like I'd be like sitting on the couch. My mom would be sitting on the couch, and my dad would be at the computer, and he'd turn back, and they both laugh, and it's like over time, the more I watched the show, I got the joke, and I laughed along with them authentically, and it was just, it was, it was, it was everything, and I can't finish it because it's a cold reminder that things end. And I'm not. I don't know. Part of me says I say that to myself, but I've never really taken the time to comprehend it. And the last time I did, I was just a miserable wreck. and I can't go back to that. I can't have it end. You know, I want to see George and Jerry still in that diner in 90s New York, talking about their their uh, their troubles with women and Superman. I need it. I want it in my life. And who knows? Maybe like every Christmas, you know, every Thanksgiving, I'll invite my family over. I'll put Seinfeld on. And my parents, who are small and old, will sit on the couch, and I'll be right next to them, and we'll be laughing at it. I don't know. Ah, God, I need reference. Maybe I can cover that up with some dust or sand or dirt. Fuck it. Ah, God. No, I need some more time. You know, these grenades they're always bothering me, man. I need to finish them. I need some reference. I need some reference first, though. Yeah, I'm afraid. Afraid of a lot of things. And I feel like that comes with, like, you know, getting older, right? You know? That comes with aging. And you're gonna have to deal with it on some capacity. You're gonna have to accept it because it's life. You know, you have no choice in the matter. That got dark. I think I'm gonna go to. I don't know. I think I'm gonna listen to John Vervaeke. maybe here's what I could do. Maybe no, maybe like this fear of death is why I create art, because I need something to outlive me. I don't know. Maybe I don't know.
I've been getting real into philosophy.
Apparently, okay, so basically there's this thing called materialism, right? Essentially, it's, I don't know, maybe it's a bit simplistic, but essentially, you know, it's this kind of like ontological view of the world where essentially we're essentially made up of like a random assemblage of stuff. Nothing exists outside of the material. We're all just machines of meat and bone. And I feel like I've been listening to this guy. His name is Alex O'Connor. He's like, I think the same age as I am, but apparently he's this big internet philosopher, and a lot of people are kind of like inviting him over on their podcast. Which, hey, way to make a guy feel inadequate over here dealing with kids, Riverdale kids, and I'm paranoid about losing my job. Meanwhile, this guy's living it up, talking with like Rainn Wilson from The Office. And
basically, he says I think, I'm not sure, what's it called? The big objection of that is consciousness.
Essentially, how can essentially we manage to be conscious if the world is just made out of matter? Even dreams. It's like when you're dreaming, you have these weird visions. You dream of like blue, and it's like you have a neuroscientist basically cut up your brain to find blue, and it's like they can't find it. So maybe there's something more. I'm not sure. It's really fascinating. It's very fascinating to me. I ain't no big brain. I'm just a painter. Matter. I wonder how. Maybe instead of painting, I could just stream video games. I'm obviously not gonna do that, but give me a second. Okay. Never mind. I don't know. I don't think I got the hardware for that anyway. 25 years old, but I still laugh at gay jokes. I don't know. I don't know. You know the funniest part? It's like that I never really mature. Like, the funniest way to die to me is basically, okay, so imagine. Okay, I'm like, I don't know, like, best case scenario, like maybe like 98 years old or something, 92. And essentially, I'm kind of like on a hospital bed. I'm kind of like, I'm very skinny, very old. My life is behind me. Like, I'm about to pass on to whatever lies next. And basically, all of my all of my family is in front of me. My wife is like, my wife is crying. Like my wife is like in my daughter's arms. She's crying. It's and like my son is like, tears in his eyes. He's like, I love you, Dad. And my last words are, gay. That'd be the way I die. And then it's like what, like, it's like it's no, I want to display it better. Basically, my last words after my son, with tears in his eyes, looks me in mine, and says, "Dad, I love you." And then I grab his hand. My old withered hand grabs his. I look him in his eyes, and I go, gay. And then the fucking heart monitor just goes ee. That'd be the best way to die. Just constantly just fucking with my son. Oh my god, it would be the best way to pass on to the great beyond. Like after my funeral, when my son basically kisses my great grandchildren goodnight and like lies in the bed next to his wife. And his wife is like, "Are you okay?" And basically he's like, "No, I'm not. I don't think I will be for a very long time." And his wife was like, "Don't worry, we're all here for you." It's like, "I love you." It's like, my son's like, "I love you too." And then like after like hours of like staying awake, like, just going through memories of like me being his father, the times I took him to like the park, the times I taught him drawing, the times where I took him to the Natural Museum, times where I, kind of like drove him home from baseball practice. He finally falls asleep, and my spirit shows up to him in a dream, and I immediately call him gay again. It's like, "Oh my god, Dad, where are you? I missed you." "Whoa, wow, okay, you miss me? Pfft, homo, whoa, come on, what happened?" And it's like, "I didn't know you were gay." And then basically as I drift off into the great beyond, my son wakes up. It's like, "God damn it, Dad!" And it's like, just that'd be the best way to that'd be the best way to die. I mean, I don't know. That'd be an amazing way to die. Just fucking with my son. And I don't know. Maybe it's not. I hope it's possible, because like I said, I've heard like dozens of stories, especially from like my old like English teacher, where essentially like she saw her dead mom in a dream, and her mom was like a spiritual presence, and she was comforting, and she was like loving. I want to be that, but I want to basically, I don't want to be like loving at all. I want to make gay jokes on my way out. I want to call my son gay on the way out, all on the way out. That'd be hilarious to me. That'd be so
Oh, funny. That'd be so fucking funny to me. I know. I'm a piece of shit. I'm a immature, homophobic asshole. Oh, you can rake me over the coals. I deserve it, but I'm sorry. I would do that. As a spirit, I would do that. And if my son ever goes through like a near death experience in his 50s, I'm gonna be there haunting him. Just like he's on the hospital table and he kind of like sees beyond the veil of this realm, and I'll with my be there with my now deceased wife, and I would be, look, gay boy wants to get into no, oh my god, no, and it's like, god damn it, just me harassing my son. That'd be the best way to die. And then I'll be there with my gay best friend, and we're both just calling him like we're both just making fun of him. We're both calling him like calling him gay. It's like god damn. It's like my best friend's like god damn. I'm an actual homosexual, actual. But I have to say, saying you love your dad, that's pretty fucking gay, dude. That's pretty sus. Just both just laughing at him. Oh my god. If that's how it's gonna go, dude, sign me up. If that's how my death is gonna be, dude, sign me up. Sign me up. Matter of fact, I wish that was my last words to my son. I'm on my deathbed. My son goes, Dad, I love you. Please don't go. And then basically I look at him and I'm like, gay. That'd be the best way to go out. The best way to go out. I don't care if it's PC. Bro, that'd be tight. That'd be fat. Gay. Gay. I didn't know you were gay. I'm gonna be there with Jesus. I'm gonna be calling him gay. That'd be insanely funny if I have 3 kids and the middle child is like a gay. It's like gay, him or herself, and like the youngest is my son, and basically in the near death experience, my youngest sees beyond the veil and sees me with my wife and my middle child. It's like, oh my god, mom, dad, Carlito, and then essentially, like, me and Carlito essentially both like call him like, we point at him and we just we go like we make fun of him. You can tell I'm gonna be a great father. I'm gonna be the most amazing father. When I see my son getting bullied, I'm gonna run up to the bully, smack him in the face. No one bullies my son but me. That's my job.
this is very. Uh, hmm. Shit. I really gotta hunker down, don't I? Okay, let's get to work. No more talking. I gotta get some water. gotta be a real pain in the ass fucking rendering this. Now that I think about it. I wonder how it can. Okay, maybe it's the brush. The brush. Okay. It's looking better, marginally. Fuck it. Doesn't need to be perfect. Just needs to be done. It's not like I'm actually working for Games Workshop. Then again, maybe that's the problem. Maybe I should act like I'm working for Games Workshop. Just pretend that you have the job until you have the job, right? That's how. I think that's how fan art works. Just pretend it. Just do it until you're paid to do it. I gotta put myself out there too. If I want to make a living as an artist, yeah, I gotta do it. I gotta stop being lazy, dude. I'm wasting my overpriced degree. Keep working. Come for the love of God. Come on. For the love of God, please. Let's go. Rockstar. Please. Please. Please.
Okay, I'm gonna have to put shadows over that. That's gonna be fun. It's just a render palooza. Oh, God. I'm gonna work on this for like a fucking month. And it's gonna get like what? One like? Man, I feel. Man, fuck this Sisyphusian shit, dude. Next time I gotta make my painting. I really. This is the reason why I have to fucking do thumbnails for my fucking paintings. I can't just go for the flashiest shit around. Flashiest thing around. I am unhappy with this. So I'd have to get started on my fucking Amazon wish list. Sorry for the lack of strokes. Give me a second. No one's. What am I doing? What am I apologizing to?
No one's watching this shit. Alright. I can go to a fucking anti-Semitic rant for the entire hour. No one's watching this shit. Just me, myself, and my thoughts, my rants, and this damned work painting that I can't finish. Does there really need to be? Maybe I could like take the no. Maybe I could just take this part and make it bigger. This is already just a huge risk. Oh, maybe. I'll think about it. Maybe I could wake up earlier and really kind of get some progress on this. need to. I'm getting distracted, dude. Oh god, no! I gotta draw some. I have to draw grenades for this guy now. I gotta plan. I gotta plan these out more. I feel like the thing that I feel like the Psylocke painting and the Miracle painting has over this is that everything was worked out beforehand. Everything was drawn beforehand. I'm so render hungry. Everything is just. I'm so just eager to render shit that I'm not even thinking about like the what's gonna happen when I have to basically just work on this long term. I'm not sure if I just. Is this another failed piece? Fuck, dude. If this is a waste. Because I've been working on this thing for like. Months. Months of work. This isn't tenable. Also, I kind of feel like this is like what I did with essentially the Luchavania cover. Everything was worked out. I think I need to look at my own work now. Everything was worked out. I can't just jump into rendering all willy nilly. I need a solid foundation. Because if not, then I get this. And I keep on telling myself this, but in the end, I never fucking learn. Because I'm so addicted to the feeling of like render where it's like, yeah, I did that, I'm so painterly. And now look at me, I'm floundering like a fucking moron.
think I gotta X out of this one.